Hey family, in this video I want to give you 4 resources that you can use for a mental reset. We're getting into the second half of 2019, and depending on how your first half of the year has gone, it's possibly time for a mental reset, right? So if you are meeting me for the very first time, my name is LaKitia and I am your sister coach and also the founder of A Sister's Truth. And through one-on-one coaching, I teach women how to use self-awareness as a tool to live a purpose-driven life. And on today, I want to give you 4 resources for a mental reset. Now, even if everything has been going perfectly, right, at the beginning of the year, has gone way beyond your expectations, right, it's still possibly time for a mental reset, because in order for you to grow more than what you have grown already and to get to that next level, you have to embrace change. And so clarity needs to happen so you can really see what that next step is and what it is that you need to do differently to progress to that next level. But if the first half of 2019 was just horrific for you, it seemed like everything was just seemingly going wrong, because I know there have been some hard times for me at the beginning of the year, then it's definitely time for a mental reset so we can, refocus on what actually matters. And sometimes, we get blindsided by everything that's going on around us, that we are distracted from what's actually important, right? And what should be priority, right? And so a mental reset is definitely needed. So I want to give you 4 resources on how to do just that. These resources are, things that I use constantly on a daily basis. So I'm not giving you something that I just Google and I'm going to throw at you. I'm giving you resources that I personally actually use myself to help to mentally reset and to get clarity when it's needed. Yes, your sister coach has to, clarify her mind periodically. We all do, and it's something that we all should strive to do and not be ashamed of doing it, and be shameful to say that, we need a mental reset because distractions has, clogged our clarity. We don't have clarity at the moment, if you will. So the first resource I want to give to you are podcasts. I absolutely love podcasts. Anything that's audible, I think, that I could just listen to, I'm just really feeling, right? So podcast is a resource that I want to provide to you. And 2 of my favorite podcasts right now are, one is Redefining Wealth by Patrice Washington. On this particular podcast, even though it's supposed to be about finances, Patrice teaches you all about chasing purpose, not money. Because our purpose, our happiness, our joy is not in money, it's in purpose. And when we are chasing purpose, money will come, right? So if you need a mental reset, that's not necessarily, just talking about money, but the other aspects that directly and indirectly affect your money, that ultimately affects you chasing your purpose, you definitely want to check out Redefining Wealth. The second podcast I want to suggest is Counter the Chaos by Tiffany Lanier. Tiffany teaches you or guides you on how to shift the way you live, lead, and work. If you have followed me for any length of time, you know that I absolutely love Tiffany Lanier. I have personally worked with Tiffany as for clarity. She is my clarity coach, and she helped me to gain the clarity that I needed in the beginning of my entrepreneurial journey. So she not only just teaches you how to find clarity in your business, but she also teaches you how to find clarity in your life. Because in order to live purposefully, right, we have to find that harmony between work and life. And Tiffany teaches you how to do that. And depending on what's going on with you and what happened with you at the first half of 2019, maybe there is an unequal balance. I hate to use the word balance when I'm talking about work and life, but maybe that harmony is not there. And that podcast, Counter the Chaos, can definitely help you with that. Now, the second resource I want to give you are books. And if you are like me and love audiobooks, the book that I had just finished listening to that I absolutely love is Girl, Wash Your Face by Rachel Hollis. I just have to take a big sigh because that book is so raw, so open. She's so transparent. Like, she brings you into some of the darkest, most hurtful areas of her life. And even though Rachel and I has come from two completely different backgrounds, I can absolutely relate to different parts of her story, especially as she shared, the hurtful details and experiences that her and her husband went through with adoption. That's something that definitely husband and I can relate to. And so I was able to really pull from her story. And now I feel like, listening to her story and her testimony, that my husband and I will be able to avoid, a lot of hurt as we journey, as we, walk down our journey to adoption. So definitely check out that Audible book, Girl, Wash Your Face. But if you're the type of person that you actually like to pick up, turn pages and smell the pages of a book, I don't really get it, but a lot of you love to do that, then definitely pick up my book, 31 Days of Truth to Manifest Your Passion, Power, and Perseverance. Now, my book lays out 31 different issues and problems that we all go through, right? And I give you tips and tricks on how to turn that issue into a triumph. So for 31 days, I'm talking about different issues, right? My book is set up in journal format because I don't want you to just read it, right? I want you to take what it is that you have read and internalize it and write out how you're going to implement it in your life. And I talk about issues such as how to get unstuck, how to avoid regret, how to activate your superpower, because guess what? You have a superpower, but the superpower is so common that we don't activate it and we don't look at it as a superpower, and so it goes underutilized, which is something that we should use every day, all day, and we don't do it. So I'll tell you what your superpower is and tell you how to activate it. So you definitely want to pick up my book. You can find it on Amazon and BarnesandNoble.com. And then there are YouTube videos. You guys, there's a sermon series called Marked by Pastor Michael Todd. He is the pastor of Transformation Church. He's a pastor of Transformation Church. You guys, this is a 10-part sermon series that you absolutely need to binge watch today. It's called Marked. And in this sermon, he is literally reminding us that we are marked by God, that there's a reason why we're here, that there is a purpose on our life, right? And he takes 10 sermons to really break it down and really bring home the point that it doesn't matter what it is you're going through right now. It doesn't matter how terrible it is whatever it is that you're going through. It doesn't matter how terrible it is. It is a part of God's plan, and God can use it to elevate you to the next level and to bless you. So definitely binge watch that sermon series. And the last resource I want to give to you are Facebook videos, because Facebook Watch is hot right now, and the hottest Facebook show around these parts is Living Her Truth. Living Her Truth is my Facebook show where I sit down and have honest conversations, with other sisters on what it means and what it looks like to live your truth authentically. We talk about how self-awareness has impacted every area of our life, how it's impacted our finances, our careers, our spirituality. We talk about how self-awareness has helped us to overcome, traumatic experiences like homelessness, domestic violence, and workplace bullying. This is definitely a show that you definitely want to check out. You can, find me on Facebook.com/Living Her Truth on Mondays at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So I really pray that these resources help you out, help you to mentally reset, so the second half of your 2019 goes amazingly.